Your boss won't listen to you. Your spouse doesn't listen to you. Your kids barely know you're alive. But here at The Fan, we love and appreciate you.
Just when we learn to appreciate what a huge wussy you are.
This is the show for the people, by the people. It's The Fan Call-In Show.
Presented by the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Here are the leaders of the Lunatic Fringe, Scotty Vegas and Ryan Baker.
Good news, we are less than 9 weeks away from Buckeye football.
Oh, baby.
Just imagine 9 weeks from today, Ryan, we're going to be taking all these calls on the Ohio State-Texas game. It's going to be crazy. That's kind of why we kind of thought about the idea of the call-in show, mostly on that Sunday after a Buckeye football game. We want to get all your opinions. Here's the good thing. We want your opinions today, and we got a prize to offer up, a pretty darn good prize. Yes, a nice $50 Visa gift card. We're opening up the phone line 614-821-9710, $50 Visa gift card, but that's not all. We also have ESPN Bet Sportsbook dining credits to hand out to our favorite place in the world, Hollywood Casino. The best place to watch games at is, of course, Hollywood Casino and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook. So we will hand out some dining credits, and we've prepared 5 different OSU football-related questions. So what's going to happen is you're going to call in 614-821-9710. We're going to ask you 5 opinion OSU questions. You're going to answer them, and you got a chance to win.
Real quick, before you get to those questions,
Sure.
I feel like I'm going through Hollywood Casino and ESPN Sportsbook withdrawal.
I know.
I need to get over there because for so long during the football season, we were there all the time. And you and Dave and I had a couple nights there. We had a great night at the Final Cut Steakhouse. And then we went out and hung out and watched some games on a random Thursday night one time. But I have not been there in a while. I need to get over there. I need to see Hollywood Chris. I need to see Noah. I need to see the gang. We need to schedule a day or a night to get over to Hollywood Casino.
Okay, how about All-Star Game? Because we're going to be out there on Tuesday for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. We're going to throw a little home run derby contest where you're going to be able to play and a chance to win some really cool prizes out there. So our next time out at the casino is on Tuesday of the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. So here's the deal. The phone line's open, 614-821-9710. We've prepared 5 different Buckeye-related questions for you to answer. Here are the different questions. Favorite Buckeye game of all time? You got to just give us one. I know people are going to want to throw out 3, 4, 5 different games. No, you got to give us one single favorite Buckeye game. That's your first question. Then we're going to ask you your favorite Buckeye team of all time. Okay, it might be the same team as that played in your favorite game of all time, or it might be something completely different. We're going to talk about the toughest loss of all time, and then we're also going to ask your favorite Buckeye player of all time. So we got these Buckeye-related questions. You call in, you answer. We're going to decide who wins prizes. First off, though, I want your answers, Ryan, to our Buckeye questions. So first up is favorite Buckeye game of all time. What would be number 1 for you?
Real quick, we can get your stuff over at the Fan YouTube as well. So if you want to chime in and participate over at the YouTube, you can do that as well. Or 614-821-9710 is the number to call. My favorite Buckeye game of all time has got to be the 2002 National Championship game. It was my first national championship as a Buckeye fan that I saw the Buckeyes win. That Miami team will go down in history. Like those 2000, 2001, 2002 Miami teams will go down in history as some of the best teams ever. Almost every player that played on that field for both of those teams, almost every player went on to play at least a little bit in the NFL, and it was just such a classic back and forth game. You had iconic moments. C. Grant ripping down Ken Dorsey as he just flings a pass airily into the end zone, the pass interference, the Claret play with Sean Taylor, Willis McGahee, and the gruesome knee injury that he suffered in that game. That game had everything that you would want in a game. And it's it's got to be my favorite Buckeye game ever.
I'm with you. There were so many
so many great choices
that you can choose from. And I'm curious, kind of based on generations, too, that are going to be calling in. We might have some people that, might pick the 1 versus 2 Ohio State Michigan game. We could hear people talk about the OSU Alabama, 85 yards through the heart of the South. That could be an answer. I'm curious what people are going to say. I'm with you, though, 0-2.
I'm going to answer your second question with this one because the only other game to me that was in the running was from my favorite Buckeye team of all time, and that was 1992, Sunday afternoon, Dickie V on the call, the Indiana versus Ohio State matchup with Jimmy Jackson and Calbert Chaney and Damon Bailey, and Jimmy Jackson hits Treg Lee. Double overtime game at St. John Arena. I believe the score was 99-97. It was just an all-time classic basketball game, and I was young. I was only 11 years old then. But that is my favorite. Those Jimmy Jackson Buckeye basketball teams are my favorite Ohio State teams of all time. And that's the only other game. I mean, there's other games, right? Like 1 versus 1, Ohio State, Michigan, the Alabama game, the Oregon game to me this year in the college football playoff.
Rose Bowl,
I mean,
right?
that first game might have been. That first half of that game might be the best performance I've ever seen any team, let alone Buckeye team, put on. But those were the two for the game in the running, and one of it's because that's my favorite team of all time.
Yeah, so I love it. I love it. We're off and running. We already got a bunch of people on the line. Hold on 1 second because I'm going to give you my favorite Buckeye team of all time. Now, if we're talking both sports, because you brought up OSU basketball in the Jimmy Jackson era, if we're talking football and basketball, I'm going to go with the team that made the 1999 Final Four OSU basketball, that Scooney Penn, Michael Redd, Ken Johnson, that great basketball team. That's my favorite team of all time. But if we're going to go specifically with football, I'd probably go back, believe it or not, to the first year that I really, truly fell in love with OSU football, and that was 95, and watching Bobby Hoying and Eddie George and Terry Glenn and Ricky Dudley and those guys. That was the first team that I really fell in love watching. All right, enough about us. This is your show. Again, the number, 614-821-9710. We're going to welcome Jim to the Fan Call-In Show. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning. It's Tim.
Oh, okay. How are you, Tim?
Tim, welcome to the show.
Good. How about you guys?
We're doing good. How about this for you, Tim?
Tonight!
There you go.
All right, Tim, favorite Buckeye game of all time?
I got to agree with you guys on the 0-2. I was a little kid when we won the 68, so I didn't really remember it. So it's been a long time, and we finally got over the hump.
Okay, favorite Buckeye team of all time?
Well, this is going to be a little odd for my age, but I got to go with the team this year. I love the way these guys rallied. I like the way they supported each other when they were down, and I love them bringing in Will Howard.
Good call, good call. All right, toughest loss of all time as a Buckeye fan?
Wow. Probably the Final Four in the basketball when we lost to Florida after losing to him in football and then losing to him in basketball as well.
Yep, that was one that brought tears to me. That was the national championship game. Yep. And then the last one, favorite Buckeye player of all time?
When I think of Buckeye football, I think of two things. I think of Woody Hayes and I think of Archie Griffin. And when you think of OSU football, that guy's the Mount Rushmore for Ohio State football.
Very good, Tim. Thank you for the call. We appreciate it. We're sticking with taking calls against the number 614-821-9710. Let's now go out to the phone lines and talk to John. John, welcome to the Fan Call-In Show.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. John, favorite Buckeye game of all time?
Okay, you're going to like this. My favorite game, 2014, Michigan at home. We're smoking these fools, and my seats are in 40-yard line Ajax. Now, after the third quarter, I went down under the stands to use the facilities. And when I came back out on the 50-yard line. And I look at AA, and there's a bunch of open seats. So I go down there, act like I've been there before I sit down. It's all Ohio State fans, except there's 2 Michigan fans, and they're Michigan students. One dude, and he's 6'2", 6'3", one chick. And the chick is talking smack to all these Ohio State fans around there, even though we're smoking them. So she says something really nasty. So I start in on her, and she looks back and she says, "My boyfriend is a first-round major league draft pick, and you are all losers." And that kid, I'm like 40, pumping iron, lightweight Ronnie Coleman. And this kid starts to turn his head back. I'm like 2 seats, 2 rows behind him to the right. He starts to turn his head back, and before he even makes it 45 degrees, I say, "Son, right now your girlfriend's mouth is writing checks your butt's going to have to cash. So turn around, face forward, and don't look this way again." And boy, before I even finish my sentence, that Michigan kid's face, whoop, right back to the field.
My John. I love the inside stories. I love the individual stories. Next, favorite team, Buckeye team of all time.
Favorite team. I don't want to be unoriginal, but it has to be that 95 team. You mentioned all those players on offense. Don't forget Mike Vrabel, Matt Finkus, Luke Fickell, Rob Kelly, all those guys. I mean, that team had so much talent. And then I think you had the slip, right, against Michigan. Sean Springs, we lose 13-9. And then we go on to lose to Tennessee in the Citrus Bowl. That team had so much. I love those really 95 through 98 after Katzenmoyer left in 98.
Yep.
Love those teams.
I'm right there with you, John. All right, and toughest loss as a Buckeye fan?
Oh, toughest loss. Well, probably that one, or really, honestly, any of the last 4 games against Michigan, which other than, 2023, we were superbly more talented. So, really any of those games or, oh my Christ, the 1998 home loss against Michigan State.
Yep. John, we were talking about this last hour during On the Money, and that went down as my toughest loss. Hey, Cam, well, let's hook up John with an ESPN Bet Sportsbook dining credit. We got prizes throughout the entire show. We got ESPN Bet dining credits. We've got a Visa gift card to hand out. We are talking Buckeye football throughout the show. We got a bunch of questions for you. If you want to, grab a line, 614-821-9710. We're taking more of your calls next on the Fan Call-In Show.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. The Fan.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be. And if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Tri-State Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654. Or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Going up.
Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40. Period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
The champs are back. Ohio State football returns to the Shoe this fall with powerhouse matchups against Texas, Penn State, and more. Your Buckeye Saturdays begin at ohiostatebuckeyes.com, where you can grab single game tickets that are on sale now. Gear up and get ready for game day.
Bob Yoakum, president of Rockford Homes, talks about what makes First Bank of Central Ohio different.
I would say it starts by caring. It starts by doing what you say you're going to do and following through on it. When you're talking about local, you're talking about relationships and people that matter to you. I don't care if that's personally or professionally.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. TNCs apply. Available in app only.
The Fan is the official station of summertime. Sipping on a lemonade, the smell of fresh cut grass in the air, and Common Man playing fart noises on the radio.
Was that a fart?
Ah, summer. The Fan, Ohio's summer destination.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Summer is finally here. That means long days, warm nights, barbecues, sporting events, and that vacation you've been planning for months. The last thing you want to deal with is a leaking roof or unexpected damage to your home. At Newman Roofing, we understand that life gets busy and your time is important. And that's why we designed our entire process around you. Whether it's your roof, siding, or gutters, we believe in doing things the right way, not the rushed way. No high-pressure sales, no pushy pitches, just honest conversations from professionals who respect your time and your home. When you call Newman Roofing, here's what you can expect. First, we'll take time to diagnose the issue, not just slap on a quick fix. Then we'll present clear, quality solutions and answer your questions so you can make the best decision for your family and your budget. And right now, we're offering special financing options so you can protect your home without putting your summer plans on hold. So go ahead, fire up the grill, pack your bags, or hit the ball field. Let Newman Roofing take care of the rest. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
He shoots, he scores! No matter your sport, it's a great time of year to be a fan. But the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. At Maryhaven, we're here to help. Whether it's gambling, drugs, alcohol, or mental health, you don't have to go it alone. With in-person, virtual, and group options, Maryhaven meets you where you are. Always judgment-free. Go to maryhaven.com today. That's maryhaven.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White with your 10 weather impact forecast here. For the rest of our Sunday, we're tracking mostly sunny skies, a few scattered clouds this afternoon, and the chance for a couple pop-up storms with the heating of the day. High temperatures around 89, but it will feel like it's in the lower 90s with that humidity. We'll see a better chance of storms coming in here on Monday with highs in the mid-80s and then drying out. More sunshine here for the rest of the week and right on into the 4th of July holiday weekend. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan. The Fan Call-In Show. Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. The show that allows you, the sports fan, to be the star.
And we have just 62 days till the Buckeyes kick off against Texas. Can't wait. We are taking Buckeye calls throughout the entire hour, and we are handing out prizes throughout the hour. We have ESPN Bet Sportsbook dining credits to hand out. We've got Visa gift cards to give out. We got a lot of friends on the hold here, so we're going to get to the calls in just a second. But a reminder, the questions we're going over. Favorite Buckeye game of all time. Your favorite Buckeye team of all time. toughest loss, and favorite Buckeye player of all time. You answer those questions. Give us your reasons why. We might hook you up with a gift card.
We've got a couple people chiming in on the YouTube. Loyal listener Nate talking about the 0-2 national championship game. He says the power went out in his hometown for half of the game, so that put a little damper on that for him. That stinks big time. Evan, his favorite Ohio State game, definitely 2017 Ohio State versus Penn State. The comeback that Ohio State had. He said a guy behind us left cussing and screaming. He missed a great game. And then Scott, his best win, 1985, when Ohio State knocked off number 1 Iowa. I believe that was Chuck Long at quarterback for Iowa. They were favored by 7 points, and Ohio State beat them. So, again, you can get those things into the YouTube chat as well. Let's head back out to the phone lines. Let's go to Richard. Richard, you've been waiting the longest. Good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show.
How you doing, fellas?
We're doing good. Richard, how about yourself?
Good, good.
Richard, give us your favorite Buckeye game of all time.
Man, the guy you just said just stole mine. It was the Penn State win, man, the J.T. Barrett comeback.
That's a good call. I was actually at that game as well. And I remember, because Penn State had that opening kickoff return for a touchdown, right? Saquon brought that back. And then you just had the incredible performance by J.T. Barrett down the stretch. Good call. That was one I wasn't thinking of originally, but that is one of my favorite games. Favorite favorite Buckeye team of all time?
I think the 14 team. I think the resilience. I love that team. How they won it that year.
Yep, you lose that early game to Virginia Tech. You have the quarterback injuries, and our guy, Cardale, comes in and gets it done. All right, toughest loss of all time as a Buckeye fan?
I'm not going to lie. This last Michigan loss was pretty tough. Man, I really thought we had that one wrapped in the bag, and we come out with a whole different scheme of what we thought we was going to do, and that was a hard one to take.
Richard, we were just talking about that at the break, and the further you get away from that loss, the more it doesn't make sense. Like that day is, of all the days ever in Ohio State football history, like I don't even know if I was mad or upset. I'm just, and I still am in shock that they lost that game, and just none of that day makes sense, Richard.
Yeah,
it's the way we lost it. It was just so out of character. It was baffling.
I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I still remember how I felt getting in that car in traffic on the way out of there, and just the anger that you experience. And then last one for you, Richard, favorite Buckeye player of all time.
Oh man. I was always, I guess, man, I'm a J.T. Barrett guy, man. I just love the way J.T. Barrett, the way he played and how he was with the team, man. I'm a J.T. Barrett guy, I always have been.
Richard, me too. I love J.T. I feel like too many people look at the limitations maybe he had as a quarterback and the fact that he was never going to be a pro at that position. But as college quarterbacks, to me, in Ohio State history, I feel like it's Troy Smith and then J.T. Barrett to me for Ohio State.
Good call, Richard. Thank you. As a reminder, you can give us a ring, 614-821-9710. And talking about J.T. Barrett, let's go to the phone lines and talk to JT. JT, welcome to the Fan Call-In Show.
How's it going?
It's good, JT. All right, favorite Buckeye game of all time. What is it?
It'd be my freshman year, 06, Ohio State versus Team Up North. 1 versus 2, leading in, the death of Bo, all the build-up. That game was amazing. I got a piece of the field from the 50-yard line in my house.
Oh, that's amazing. Where is that displayed at?
I got it with the newspaper articles from campus.
Nice. Love that.
The game and my ticket.
All right, JT, favorite team of all time?
2014, same as the last guy. I was at the Virginia Tech game and then finished the year at the national title game. So got to see both ends of the spectrum that year.
Yep, and toughest loss as a Buckeye fan?
22. Ohio State Team Up North. I was 9-0 in person against the Team Up North until that game.
That sucks.
All right, give me your favorite Buckeye player of all time, JT.
Even though he has the same name as me and I'm also the fourth, it's not JT Barrett. It's got to be Teddy Ginn. Just so electric.
Oh, wow. Hey, Cam, let's hook JT up with a ESPN Bet Sportsbook dining credit. Really good call. Appreciate the call. Reminder, we will be out at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. And so Cam's going to get JT's information and hook him up with a dining credit.
We got one from Fat Daddy in the YouTube. He says Holy Buckeye was his favorite Buckeye game, and that's a pretty good one. There was a lot in that 2002 national championship season. Then here's another one, and this might be one on my toughest loss. I'm not sure yet, but 1995, when Tim Biakabatuka went for 313 and probably cost Ohio State a chance at playing in the national championship game, or I guess there wasn't a national championship game then, but if Ohio State would have went on to the Rose Bowl that year and won it, you would have to think they would have been national champions. That's a tough one. I feel like any of those Cooper-era losses to Michigan from like 93 to 98 are all, I guess 98 they won. That was Michigan State 98. So 93 to 97, any of those losses were brutal.
So that's very interesting that he talked about Holy Buckeye as one of his favorite games. Now, I will tell you, for about probably about 55 minutes of that game, it was one of the most frustrating games of all time because Ohio State just they were playing a bad Purdue team and couldn't put them away. Now, that's one of my favorite plays of all time, but as far as games go, that was a frustrating one.
You had a lot of them in that 2002 season.
Illinois, Cincinnati.
Oh, that was truly a survive in advance type team. Let's head back out to the phone lines. Let's go to Coyle. Coyle, good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning, dudes. How you doing today?
We are good, Coyle. What do you got for us? What's your favorite Ohio State team of all time?
It has to be 2002. You look at that Miami team, they were loaded. And I was there for the title, for the game. And I walked into the stadium in Tempe, and I said, how am I going to feel when I leave today? And we took the strap.
Had to feel pretty darn good walking out that night, huh?
Oh, and a couple drinks, maybe some bourbon, maybe like 5 fingers.
You know what's so funny thinking back to that, Coyle? Because going in, Ohio State's nearly, a 2-touchdown underdog. And, Ohio State going for that first national championship in a long, long time. And so there was that debate. I remember the debate we had in our house was like, gosh, we'd love to go out to this game, but man, do you spend that money in a game that a lot of people think Ohio State's a huge underdog and it's going to be hard to win that game? But I love the fact that you went out and Buckeye Nation really took over out there.
I'm going to share a couple things with you. So I had a buddy that lived out in Phoenix, and I said, can you give me a couple tickets? And so I sat in the loge for $500 a ticket. Today,
$5,000 a ticket at least.
Absolutely. So I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting next to this gentleman, and he says, where are you from? I said, I'm from Columbus. And he said, what are you doing here? And I said, I'm ready for the Buckeyes. And I said, what are you doing here? He goes, I own this loge. So that's how I got the tickets.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a pretty good national championship game experience there.
Yeah, that's a great story. Thank you so much for the Coyle. Call for the call, Coyle. We are up against it. Brian, Mike, Christian, Andrew, hang on the lines. 2 minutes. We will get to you guys next. It's the Fan Call-In Show.
Bets are us when dreams don't get in. Bets are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
Bets are us when dreams don't get in. Bets are us.
career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
When you join the plus side with AAA, that's all you'll have to do. Or you could learn to change your own tire.
Hey fam, what's up? Today I'm gonna teach you to change a flat. Before we start, make sure it's not raining, or hailing, or lightning.
You can have AAA find you the right insurance policy, or you can shop for your own.
Hello? I'm with Mega Insure. You requested a quote?
Yes, 3 months ago. You could have our travel advisors plan your dream vacation, or book your own travel.
Woo! Panama City Beach, spring break.
I thought you said we were going to Panama.
Wait, there's a difference?
Skip the hard work. On the plus side, get more with AAA. Go to AAA.com/plus side.
We test marketed naming the show A Guy and His Butlers.
Oh, that is very touching.
But we thought Bishop and Friends had a better ring to it.
Weekday mornings at 9.
The Fan. Back to the show of the fans, by the fans, and for these crazy fans. The Fan Call-In Show. Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Man, you guys have been awesome today. Not only are you lighting up the phone lines, but you are giving them to us on the YouTube chat as well. We're talking about some of our favorite Ohio State moments, favorite team, favorite game, favorite player, toughest loss, all of those things we're talking about. 614-821-9710 is the number to call. Still got that $50 Visa gift card we can give away to one of our favorite callers. Also some dining credits to the ESPN Sportsbook over at Hollywood Casino. Let's head back out to those phone lines because you guys are blowing them up. Let's go to Brian. Brian, good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing?
Brian, we are great, sir. How about yourself?
Living the dream on this hot, humid day.
Oh, it has been hot and humid. What do you got for us? Favorite Ohio State team of all time?
All right, so I was 10 years old, just starting to get, like following along and everything. 1997, the team that won the Rose Bowl against Jake the Snake Plummer. I think it was 20-17. That to me was just, that was a game. I was in it the whole time. I loved it. Loved all the players, David Boston, Joe Germain. And then that also will feed into your next question of my worst loss. It's going to be 98 Michigan State.
Yeah,
that was so tough.
Yeah, that's so true. I still remember, and again, this has been so long ago, but I still remember specifically exactly where I was, what I was doing during that loss. And gosh, I was 14 at the time, but I still remember just about everything about that loss. How about this, Brian? Favorite Buckeye of all time?
Okay, I got two things on this one, and the first one is I don't feel enough people say it or give him enough recognition, but Orlando Pace. The man is the best left tackle who ever played football, in my opinion, and is just an absolute stud. So to me, he is my favorite Buckeye of all time. And the last thing I'll say, and before I let you guys go, is Baker. I'm so happy to hear your voice on the radio waves, on the Fan especially. I know you're from OCB. It's just so great to see you living your dream, and you're doing great. And I just wanted to let you know that I love listening to you.
I appreciate that, Brian. Thank you so much. Orlando Pace, maybe the best Buckeye of all time, could be the best college football player of all time, right? Like, we have the term pancake block because of Orlando Pace. Like, that is just in our vernacular now for football. Oh, did you see that pancake? Well, that wouldn't be because of Orlando Pace. Like, whether he's your favorite or not, there's an argument that he is the greatest Buckeye of all time.
Absolutely. Good call, Brian. Let's go back out to the phone lines and talk to Mike. Mike, welcome to the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning, guys. First of all, let me start off with saying OH.
I-O.
I-O, Mike.
All right. So first of all, I wanted to get up on the show. Of course, you guys wanted to ask a few questions and on favorite teams and things like that.
Yeah.
Toughest games and toughest losses. And I didn't really hear people talk about this, but so which would you guys rather we start off with, the toughest loss or the favorite game or favorite player?
Mike, this is your show. You go where you want to go.
All right, so I'm going to go toughest game for me. And, guys, I am visually impaired, so I always listen to games on TV. So my toughest game is the 2006 game against the Florida Gators. When we got the kick return with Ted Ginn, and then through the rest of the game there was nothing to cheer for. That game made me sick. And then I would probably say my favorite game is probably the game against Clemson when we got our revenge against Clemson, because we pretty much ruined Clemson after that. Clemson's nothing. They don't win anything anymore because of Ohio State. And then I'm going to say my favorite Buckeye player, I will go with Ezekiel Elliott. The 2014 year, Zeke was tearing it up. We all remember the 85 yards through the South, part of the South. That was very awesome to watch them, go out and take Alabama out like they did, big bad SEC. And now, people are saying we can't beat SEC teams. Well, we just showed the SEC what we're about. We took care of Texas this past season. So that narrative is over now. I think that the Buckeyes are the SEC of the North, and that's just it there.
Yeah, appreciate the call, Mike, and going back to toughest games and that national championship game against Florida. Ryan, I still remember, and I'm still mad at this guy. I had a roommate in college that texted me after Ted Ginn returned that kickoff for a touchdown. He's like, "Oh, congrats. I wish he was going to win, national championship. Enjoy it." And then obviously we know what happened from there. And I still I'm so superstitious. You know how I am in betting too, where it's like, I am not cashing a bet until it is officially over.
You don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear it's over.
I will say this for Mike, and we ruined Clemson. I do think Clemson kind of is on an uptick here, and I need Clemson to win a little bit this year, because I really like Clemson and winning the national championship in football this year and have a couple wagers out there. So even if they don't, I need them to do pretty good as we go to get those cash out options up there.
I know it. I've seen those texts. Do I cash out now? No, hold on to that.
Hold on to it.
National championship ticket. All right, Christian, it's the Fan Call-In Show. We're going to talk to you next. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys? I had to hop in on this. I'm back.
Absolutely.
I love it.
We love to hear it. Favorite Buckeye game of all time?
Favorite? Yeah, so this one was tough for me because obviously the 2002 championship game against Miami, I feel like that's an obvious one for everyone because that Miami team was stacked with NFL talent. But my personal favorite one, that's got to be the 2010 Rose Bowl, Terrell Pryor against, Oregon. That Oregon team was also star-studded, and I was happy to go out west and put it to them because I was hearing it from all my friends that were Oregon fans. So that's probably my favorite Buckeye game, is that 2010 Rose Bowl with Terrell.
That's interesting. Gosh, if you had given me a list of about 20 deep, I would not have guessed that game would have made one of the lists as far as best games. But I like it. I remember it. I love it. Remember all the hype about, Chip Kelly and that Oregon team and all that stuff. So really good call. How about the toughest loss for you, Andrew? Or Christian, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Toughest loss for me, Virginia Tech is obvious, but the biggest one is when we went to Iowa and got blown out. I don't know the exact year of that, but I just remember one of their corners on Iowa having that one-handed catch by the end zone. That was just a heartbreaking loss for us. So that's probably my least favorite game as a Buckeye.
What about your favorite Buckeye team of all time?
Yeah, favorite Buckeye team is that 2012 Urban Meyer's inaugural season with Ohio State. When we got Braxton before he got hurt, that's when I felt like we were the most electrifying on offense. We were electrifying last year, and we've had some other offenses that were. But, getting to see Braxton before the injuries, that was, a work of art, in my opinion.
I love it, Christian. You gave me a little bit of some surprise answers, so I'm going to surprise you with a Visa gift card, $50 Visa gift card. We appreciate the call. Yeah, that's right. So Cam's going to go get your information, and we love the call. We appreciate it.
We talked a lot on Bishop and Friends the past couple of weeks about that 2012 Urban season, because Urban came out on the Triple Option podcast and talking about how the NCAA rulings on Ohio State that year still to this day make him angry and upset, and he thought that they were too excessive on Ohio State. Of course, Tatgate happened and came down, and Jim Tressel loses his job. Urban Meyer comes in, and the NCAA gives Ohio State the postseason ban for the 2012 season. Now, a lot of people around here argued that Ohio State should have done it the year before in 2011 to jump out in front of it. Ohio State didn't think it was going to get to that, but we talked about that a lot and how that still sticks in Urban's craw. Now, I don't know if they would have won the national championship.
Would that have been
year.
against Notre Dame?
I think it would have been against Notre Dame, because that was Alabama Notre Dame. I believe.
OSU doesn't lose to Notre Dame.
And that Notre Dame team, it was okay, but it wasn't great. That's a very, very interesting time, and it's just funny that we talked about that. We kind of forget, like, that season, Ohio State was undefeated, and they could not go participate in the postseason.
Well, and that was, I believe, the first year of the Big Ten championship game, too, right? So they weren't able to go play in the Big Ten championship game. It kept them out of the national championship game. That was rough, and you're right. It wasn't a great Notre Dame team, and so that could have easily been a national championship for Ohio State.
It would have been a really good one as well. Plenty of calls still on the line. Kevin, Jeremiah, Danny, hang on to the line. We will get to you in our final segment. It's the Fan Call-In Show on The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we helped Chad.
Hi, I'm Chad. I've been taking the low T treatment at Tri-State Men's Health for a little under a year now. So I was really just struggling with finding the energy to accomplish the things I wanted to do every day. By the end of the workday, I was very drained and tired and found it hard to concentrate and get my job done, and was looking for something to kind of get that edge back. Once I started taking the treatment, I felt probably within the first 2 to 3 weeks more energy. And the thing that really I noticed right away was sleeping. Now I get a solid 8 hours. I'm going on vacation. I'm enjoying myself. So men out there, if you're struggling with any of the symptoms I was, low energy, brain fog, lack of sleep, I would highly recommend you call Tri-State Men's Health. You won't regret it.
Thanks, Chad. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Master Grillers Unite. The grilling season never ends at Billiards Plus. Come see their best-in-class grills for yourself and check out Central Ohio's largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Cheer on your Redlegs when they battle the Miami Marlins July 7th through the 10th. Don't miss another Budweiser 3-2-1 Tuesday featuring $3 beers, $2 hot dogs, and $1 ice cream cups. Plus, on Thursday, July 10th, rock out with country music act Old Dominion when they take the field for an Ohio Lottery post-game concert free to fans with a game ticket. Visit reds.com/tickets today.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And Bet and Reduce Juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. The next disaster is coming. Make a plan. Keep extra medication on hand. Make copies of important documents. Stay informed and be ready. Learn more at americares.org/sendusin.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fan's YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Berm's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
Common Man and Timmy talking to you about the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Our guys at Hollywood are pulling out all the stops for summertime fun, live bands, food trucks, and more fun on select Saturdays.
Are they still doing the all-you-can-eat ribs?
Oh, yes, ribs. Tuesdays and Thursdays in June at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook.
Join Penn Play Rewards and play up to $500 on us. Not Hollywood. Timmy and I are paying for it.
No, we're not. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When you're a AAA member, we do the hard stuff for you. So picture this. You're taking a road trip through the mountains at night, and you run out of gas. Do you, A, call AAA, or B, walk 29 miles to the nearest gas station in the pouring rain?
A?
On the plus side, get more with AAA. Go to AAA.com/plus side.
Hey friends, Beamer here. So did you jump in on Awaken 180's Lose 40 by the 4th challenge? Well, if you did, well, a huge congratulations to you on hitting a 40-pound goal in less than 2 months. That deserves some serious celebration. Speaking from experience, I dropped double digits my very first week on Awaken 180, and in just over 3 months, all 70 pounds were gone. Total game changer for me, and the results came lightning fast. Now, if you haven't jumped on board yet, there's no worries. There's still plenty of summer left to lose your 30, 40, 70 like I did, or even 100 pounds or more. I'm not saying you're going to drop 40 pounds next week, but if you have the same week one results I had, you'll definitely be on your way. Set your sights in August. Think summer barbecue, golf, the beach. Every bit of it fits into your new Awaken 180 lifestyle. Lose weight, love summer, and thank me later. You can start today at awaken180weightloss.com, the official weight loss program of summer.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Ever want to be a radio star?
It's all about the radio.
Or at least hear your voice on the air?
The radio's all yours now.
This is the show for you. This is the Fan Call-In Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Final segment of this week's call-in show. Big thank you to you guys. Man, you have been blowing up the phone lines. You've also been very active in the YouTube chat as well. We really appreciate that. Don't go anywhere, because coming up next, I'm going to stick around. Dylan Tyer's going to be here, and we're going to have a little Fan Sports Sunday for about an hour and 10 minutes, leading you into the Cincinnati Reds versus San Diego Padres series finale here coming up at 1:40 on the Fan. We've got 3 more of you on the line, so we are going to get to all of you. Let's start with Kevin. Kevin, good morning. You're on the Fan Call-In Show.
Good morning. How you fellas doing?
Kevin, we're great, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
What's that favorite Ohio State team for you?
Well, I got to go back a few years for you guys. You guys are a little too young for me, but I'm going to go back all the way to 1968 with the Super Sox. They went out to the Rose Bowl in California. They beat a team called USC that had the Heisman Trophy winner of O.J. Simpson.
Mm-hmm. Nice, yeah.
183 yards that day, and we beat them 27-16. We were down 10-0 at the half, you know.
So, Kevin, let me ask you this. Favorite Buckeye of all time? I think I can guess where this is going, but who would that be?
No, I was going to say 45, but I'm going to change that up and say it's got to be Big Head Pace. Orlando Pace.
Ooh, all right. Second vote for Orlando this morning. I like that.
Mr. Pancake himself.
Yeah.
So you've obviously, Kevin, seen a lot of Ohio State games in your time. What's the most heartbreaking loss to you?
It hurts to this day, and there's nothing that'll ever take its place. 1974, OSU lost to Michigan State 16-13. It took them 45 minutes to call the game after the time ran out.
Kevin, I appreciate you taking us down memory lane. Again, you have a great perspective because you've got obviously the 68 team that you were talking about, and then you were talking a little bit about Orlando Pace. So we appreciate the call. Thank you very much, Kevin. Let's go back out to the phone lines and talk to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, welcome to the Fan Call-In Show. Who's your favorite Buckeye team of all time?
My favorite Buckeye team of all time would be this year's Buckeye team. And that would be because me and three of my buddies over the summer, let's say we pulled our money together and made a pretty significant bet at plus 425. And, well, kind of helps make me our best team this year to win the national championship.
Jeremiah, I love that. I love that. You cashed in on your favorite team. Good stuff. What about the most disappointing loss as a Buckeye fan?
That was 95. You can't even talk about it. I'll just say that.
Yeah, there's a lot of those in that era.
Yeah. And favorite Buckeye player of all time?
My favorite all time was Terry Glenn, and that's because back in high school, we played a 7-on-7 summer camp against them. And I can tell you, he was fast when he was in high school, too.
Never a doubt. What's that favorite Buckeye team of all time for you?
The favorite team of all time, I go back and forth, and I want to go with Tressel's first year. That team was building something for the future, and what I could see in it, and with Coach Tressel, it was the shoulders in which things were built upon, and that made it my favorite team.
I like it. Thanks for the call, Jeremiah. I like it when someone goes kind of off the board.
Me too.
Because it's easy to say, 02 or 14 or 24 or 68 even, if you were around back then. But sometimes there's just a team that maybe, like he said, he could see something building. And I don't know, obviously he probably didn't think, Ohio State's going to win the national championship this year, but it was just a change in direction from what it had been, right?
Well, and for some people too, it's that first Buckeye team that you fell in love with, right? For me, I remember 1995, because that was the first year that I sat down and watched every second of Buckeye football from start to finish. I was 11 years old, all right, and I still remember I had on VCR tape. I taped every single game, watching the kickoff classic against Boston College, watching the Citrus Bowl. Unfortunately, it didn't end well with Michigan losing that Michigan game and then losing to Peyton Manning and Tennessee, but it's fun. The first team that you remember is also very special to a lot of people's heart.
And that's kind of how it is for me with the 92 basketball team, right? And Jimmy Jackson and those guys. And not just that 91, 92 team, but all of those years with Jimmy Jackson. I remember, I have football memories of Carlos Snow and Scotty Graham and Jim Carsados a little bit, but not real vivid memories till a few later years than that. I have memories of Ohio State basketball with Dennis Hobson and Jay Burson and Tony White. Yeah, but I didn't really get into it and remember them like I did those Jimmy Jackson teams. So yeah, I think it is kind of like that because I would have been 9, 10, 11 in those years throughout there. You talk about, you were 11 in 95. That's when you really start to remember.
Our guy, Danny, has been on the line holding for 20 minutes, and he's got the opportunity now to be our last caller of the day on the Call-In Show. Danny, favorite Buckeye team of all time?
You guys didn't specify sports, so I was waiting for this one. I'm glad I get to go last. Take me back to Greg Oden and Mike Conley in the Buckeye uniforms.
Yes, I'm so glad we got a basketball call in there, Danny. I like that. So that's your favorite team. What about your favorite player of all time?
So we get to see this guy still, which is really nice, and I have some nostalgia with him. I met him at a bowling alley when I was in high school, and he was meant to coach. I got his autograph with a napkin that says, "I'm faster." He was talking to me about recruiting at the time. Brian Hartline, man. He's just stand-up guy, always has been. I met him in high school when he was at Ohio State, and the dude couldn't have been a nicer guy. Bowled right next to him. You wouldn't even have known we weren't best friends. He's just stand-up guy.
Danny, we got to go a little dark here. What's the most depressing Buckeye game of all time to you?
Well, going back to recruiting, I went to Capital University for baseball a few years after I met Brian, and we ended up doing CSC security to raise some money for our baseball program. And I was standing at the pylon on the field expecting a field rush in 2010 against USC in the shoe at night, standing looking at the Jumbotron. And it still hurts to this day that we didn't get the field rushed on that one. It ended up in a pretty sad loss, but I can tell you there was nothing we were going to do if they were going to rush that field. We were just there for looks.
Danny, we appreciate that you held on so long. We appreciate your answers. We're going to hook you up with an ESPN Bet Sportsbook dining credit. Danny, we're going to go ahead and get that out to you. And a reminder, we are going to be out at Hollywood Casino for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game in a couple weeks.
You know, Scotty, the 06-07, the Odin Conley team, I could see how some people would have that national championship game as their toughest loss, even though you weren't sure you were supposed to beat Florida. That Florida basketball team was really, really good. That could be one of those losses I could see people talking about.
Ryan, I was down in Atlanta when that happened, and I remember walking out of that stadium, getting teased by Florida people and crying in the car before I drove home.
I'm sure that was tough. Thanks again to everybody that called in. Don't go anywhere. Myself and Dylan Tyre, a little Fan Sports Sunday coming up next on The Fan.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The champs are back. Ohio State football returns to the shoe this fall with powerhouse matchups against Texas, Penn State, and more. Your Buckeye Saturdays begin at OhioStateBuckeyes.com, where you can grab single game tickets that are on sale now. Gear up and get ready for game day.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Do your summer plans include travel? Make sure your prep includes more than just flights and hotels. Stay up to date with COVID-19 vaccination, especially if you're 65 or older or have certain health conditions. There have been surges in COVID-19 in the summer, too. It's important to help protect yourself no matter your destination. So check eligibility and schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. That's VAXAssist.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing! Must be the love. Yeah, must be the love.
There's so much to love in Ohio because the heart-shaped state is the heart of adventure with 76 free state parks, amusement parks, ballparks, and more. The heart of opportunity with great jobs and a low cost of living. Ohio is the heart of it all. Follow your heart at ohio.org.
Sponsored by Tourism Ohio.